The Talmud, in its own poetic and imaginative way, tells us that each Erev Shabbat, when an individual attends synagogue and then makes their way home afterwards, not one, but two angels, ministering angels, accompany a person from the synagogue to their home, a good angel and a bad angel. When that person arrives home and finds the candles lit, the table prepared, and the bed made, the good angel says, "May it be your will, O God, that it shall be like this for another Shabbat." And the bad angel replies against his will, "Amen." But if the person returns to their home and finds the candles are not lit, the table is not prepared, and the bed is still unmade, the bad angel says, "May it be your will, O God, that it shall be like this for another Shabbat." And the good angel must reply against their will, "Amen." This tradition, told more than 1700 years ago, is the inspiration for a song which is sung as family and friends gather round the table on Erev Shabbat. And in fact, we also sing it here on some Erev Shabbat services. And it's sung generally before the candles are lit. So it's found in our Siddur, and it's first mentioned by Jacob Emden in the 18th century. And it begins with the words, "Shalom Alechem Malachei Hasharet." Peace be to you, ministering angels, messengers of the Most High, of the Supreme Sovereign, the Holy, ever to be praised. And continues, "Enter in peace, O angels of the Most High. Bless us in peace, depart in peace." So who are these divine messengers that are invoked on a Friday evening at the beginning of Shabbat? Where do they live? What do they do? What do they look like? In Hebrew, the word for angel is malach, and it occurs no less than 213 times in Tanakh, in the Hebrew Bible. That's a great number of angels in the divine retinue, who we learn have a number of different jobs. We meet angels who are sent on rescue missions. Hagar and Ishmael are rescued by an angel after being expelled from Abraham's house. Isaac is saved by an angel, just as Abraham is about to offer him up as a sacrifice. We encounter angels as messengers from God, announcing the birth of children to Sarah and Abraham, that they're going to have a son, to Samson's mother, that she too will give birth to a son. Angels appear in dreams, as when Jacob dreams of a stairway to heaven with angels going up and coming down on it. Or when Jacob wrestles with a strange man in the middle of the night, a vision which is interpreted by the prophet Hosea to mean that he fought with an angel. An angel of God appears to Moses in the desert at the burning bush, telling him to remove his shoes, for the ground on which he's standing is holy. God promises Moses that an angel will go before him in the wilderness after the exodus from Egypt. And an angel stands in front of Bilam's donkey, preventing the Moabite prophet from going to curse the Israelites. An angel provides food and water for the prophet Elijah in the desert. And an angel appears to the prophet Zechariah, showing him a vision of a lampstand all of gold. Angels are the harbingers of good news. They are guardians and fighters, and they appear in the guise of mysterious and nameless people. In our Christianized world, we tend to think of angels as female figures shrouded in white, floating somewhere between heaven and earth on top of a Christmas tree. But the Jewish idea of angels is somewhat different. The Hebrew word, malach, can be translated in two different ways, as angel or messenger, or indeed both. The malach in the Bible is usually male, but with wings. Isaiah's angels have 6 wings each, 2 to cover their face, 2 to cover their legs, and 2 to fly. They sing and call out to each other. In antiquity, the angels are part of God's entourage, somewhere in the heavens, ministering to God, performing various functions, and even producing some of the hymns which are sung in heaven on particular occasions. And the angels are but one division among several other divine beings that were believed to exist in God's habitation. In a very famous midrash, the angels are portrayed arguing with one another. God is about to create the first human being. While the angels are divided into factions and groups, this one saying, no, the first human being should not be created because humanity will be full of lies and discord. But the other are arguing, yes, they should be created because human beings will perform acts of kindness and righteousness. And what happens in the midst of this fierce argument between these two factions of the angel? God goes right ahead and creates the first human being, confident that humanity's goodness will prevail. In later tradition, the angels are given names, and 4 of them have the task of protecting us when we're asleep. At night, when we go to bed and recite our nighttime Shema, there's a beautiful tradition of invoking a quartet of angels. Michael, who symbolizes wonder, Gabriel, symbolizing strength, Uriel, God's light, and Raphael, God's healing. As we close our eyes, perhaps we're comforted by imagining these 4 attributes of God guarding us throughout the night. But what about us liberal Jews? Do we really believe in angels? Some would say that angels are fanciful. They're part of imaginary folklore and ancient traditions of our faith, no longer part of our prayers or beliefs. But that's not quite true, because as we saw, our Shabbat song, Shalom Aleichem, invokes the ministering angels who accompany us in our celebration of Shabbat. And perhaps when we speak about malachim, angels or messengers today, we should imagine them not as winged creatures, but as real people among us, even here, or who walk in the street, the people who guide us on our way, who protect us at moments of danger and vulnerability. And it would be very wrong of me, standing here, to deny the existence of angels when I'm facing you, angel, as though I would deny your presence here this evening, standing here on the bima as you just did a few moments ago, leading our service with confidence and humility, embracing that spiritual aspect of yourself. You remind us that we all have the capacity to be God's ministering angels, to perform deeds of loving kindness, to defend justice, to protect and comfort others, and to be messengers of God, as you, angel, have been this evening and will be tomorrow morning. Amen. We're going to move